So what we're going to do is we're going to recap. So within life and living things, there are five kingdoms that you need to know. All right. Now, the five kingdoms are split into two domains. Now, I'm not really worried about the word domains yet, but the domains are eukaryotes, which is us. We have a nucleus. The other is prokaryotes. That's bacteria. Bacteria, very simple. They're about 10 times narrower than us, as in cells, as in single cell, not us as in a huge organism that we are now. And within the eukaryotes, there are animals, plants, fungi, and protists, protoctistan, however you want to say it. And in terms of pathogens and disease and communicable diseases, the one you really need to know in terms of protists is Plasmodium, which causes malaria, which is carried by, and let's do that, carried by mosquitoes. Okay. I've got tea. I've got tea. Thank you. My wife really looks after me. So I've got tea. So these are the five kingdoms. So when we talk about the five kingdoms of living things, these are the five kingdoms all the way across. Bacteria are their own domain. I'm using lots of, scientific words, not because of anything other than your brain will just get used to them. Even plasmodium for young ones is such a weird word. You're looking thinking, wow, that's hard. But like everything, you just adapt to it. As I said to you, biology is a language. So we then had a look at things like, and I'm trying to find um, well, let's talk about fungi. And I talked about fungi, and it causes athlete's foot. I don't know where foot's gone. There should be a foot. So a disease, the communicable disease, the disease you can pass on to each other, is athlete's foot. Um, Now that's really important. I also said that you can see fungi that have tiny little hyphae. Now, malaria is really problematic. The reason being one of, and I remember reading when I was very young at school, about your age, that when penicillin, which is antibiotic, was discovered, the chief medical officer turned around and said, "This is the end of disease as we know it." Yeah, no. The reason that's a yeah, no, is antibiotics only work on bacteria. Malaria is a protist. It's not bacteria. It's also the biggest killer of people. Now, if we look at inside the structure, I'm not going to look at everything. I'm going to make it kind of simple. The thing that's really important for me is that protists are eukaryotes and they have a nucleus. I'm not bothered. Don't worry about the macronucleus. It just means big. But they have a nucleus. All right. I don't care about anything else that's here that's kind of specific to protists, but it is a eukaryote because it has a nucleus. We look at fungi, they're a eukaryote as well because of the nucleus. This diagram I like better because you've got to know every single part of this. You've got to know eukaryotes have a nucleus, they have mitochondria for releasing energy, they've got a cell wall. It's different in fungi, it's chitin. In plants, it's cellulose. Cytoplasm is the liquidy part where all the chemical reactions go on, and a cell membrane. You need to know that, and believe it or not, all eukaryotes have a nucleus, mitochondria, cell membrane, and cytoplasm. They don't all have a cell wall. We don't have a cell wall. And actually, if you look at Plasmodium here, it doesn't have a cell wall either. Okay, so leading on to bacteria. Bacteria are very simple. They're did all right? Now, they have a cell wall, but if you look, they've got no nucleus, they've got no mitochondria. Those are called organelles. They do have a cell membrane, they've got a flagella, a tail, and a cytoplasm like us. Okay. Now, viruses are, and I hope you remember, these are non-living. They hijack your cells, they take over. All right, so I've got most of the information there. It's the second time I've gone through that. And I put in the key facts for each set of pathogens that you need to know. Okay. Now, the thing that I'm going to do is I'm not going to go into too much detail because we did this last week. This is your starter for 10. What you need to do is go through it, whether it's card covers, make your mind map, spend some time going through it. You're only year 9, and I don't mean that in a condescending way. I mean that as in you don't have the experience yet to know how you individually learn. So go through this, answer these questions. I don't mind you doing this on your own Miro board, but today I want you to copy and paste your answers onto this board, this main board, so I can see what you've done. Okay, so what I'm going to do before I stop, I'm just going to grab my selection key, and I'm going to just put this next to as many people's work as I can remember. I'm going to put it here, here, here. Those first 10 questions need to be answered, and then we shall move on. I think I've got you all. Oh no. Okay. Okay then. All right. Let me stop sharing. Bada bing, bada boom. Copy board link. Let me. What do you mean, wrong board? Oh.